between infatuation and limerence. Like limerence is the one that is usually mistaken the most for love by people. People tend to, experience strong feeling of like obsession, like idealization. Like you've literally built an image of someone in your head, even when like you are relating with a person based on the image of them you have in your head. Like you in your head, you think this person is kind, lovely, amazing. Meanwhile, the person's behavior and action is telling you every single day that I'm not. But in your head, the person is. And suddenly you're surprised and shocked when the person does something that really hurts you. Like, so, hi guys, welcome back to TJ's View. And yes, we're back again. So, our topic for today is going to be about love. You know, love, 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 love. The thing everybody talks about, the thing many people aspire to have, the thing many people experience, or at least think they experience. So, we're getting into love today. And I know that we usually unscripted. And guess what? Today we are unscripted because you guys know I'm lazy. So I'm literally tired of script. Like because our past few videos have been scripted because there were important topics that we literally cannot just talk about without like a script. You know, there were important topics that we cannot talk about without a script. So basically, right, we've been having to discuss topics basically unscripted, like completely unscripted. But today, sorry, completely scripted. We've been having to discuss topics scripted, but today, we're back to our yapping, and we're going to be yapping about love today. So let's get right into it. Obviously, I'm going to like define some terms. I know I don't usually define terms for you guys, but I'm going to try to define some terms and to like give a little bit of serious like insights and with full transparency. That's with a little bit of script. But majority of everything we're going to do today is going to be unscripted. And you guys are going to see anyways. Like, I don't know how to read a script from far away. If I'm reading the script, my eyes is literally like this because I'm not wearing my glasses. So you guys are gonna catch me if I'm lying to you guys. I'm not scripted. Anyways, if you're new, feel free to check around our vibes, just out like, do you like us? Do you not like us? Do you want to join this community? Do you not want to join this community? You're free to make your decision. And yeah, we usually do commentary, like social commentary, manual reviews, and what else do we do? We usually do Reddit series, but we've not actually been doing it in a while. But like, that's besides the point anyway. We do it once in a while. So check out the stuff, check out the vibe, check out everything, and you can watch this video and check out others, or you could just watch these and I guess get on with your day. So, disclaimer, under disclaimer, as I gave in my last video, a disclaimer: everything we are going to be discussing is through a secular lens. There is no like religious connotation. I mean, depending on like your personal interpretation of everything I say, but everything I discuss is through secular lens. If you want religious advice or opinions, or you want me to discuss things through a religious view, which I'm not going to do, if you want that, go and talk to your religious leaders. I am not a religious leader, nor am I like a religious symbol. So I'm not going to discuss love with you through a religious lens. It's through a secular lens. If you want a religious opinion, go and meet your pastor, go and meet your imam, go and meet your rabbi, go and meet everybody that is important to your religious sect. Not me. TJ is a secular person that just and you have secular, not religious. And I know you guys are like, why am I giving this disclaimer constantly? It's because I guess because most of my videos talk about like Nigeria. Nigeria is a very religious country. People tend to, message me and ask like, oh, like what you're saying is not completely religious or backed by religion. And it's like, yes, it's not backed by religion because it's not supposed to be backed by religion. It's secular, like outside of a religious view. We're talking about society and things that actually happen, like that we are seeing happen, not things from a text. I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anybody, so please let's not be offended. Please. Hear what I'm saying for what I'm saying, not what I'm not saying. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with definitions. So what is love? What is love? If you know you're with me, what is love? If it's not guaranteed, what is love? If it just stops and leaves. You're expecting the I note of hella. Guys, I cannot sing. So let's get right into it. Love, our script as usual. So love is a complex emotion encompassing a range of positive and strong feelings from attention and fondness to deep interpersonal attachment. When you hear that, what do you think? And I'm also going to define some other terms that people sometimes mistake as love, and that is infatuation and limerence. So infatuation is a strong but often. Oh my god, a wasp, guys, a wasp, guys, a wasp. I can't even take my camera. Oh my god, it's so big. Bitch, let me take this leave. Leave. Can't pretend like I'm not seeing it. Leave here. Anyways, infatuation. Infatuation is a strong but often short-lived feeling of love, attraction, or admiration for something else or someone else. So get the keyword short. Short lived. It's not like it's kind of like you feel intense towards someone or something for a while, but like it's very short lived, you know. Like you really think, oh my gosh, like I you think sometimes you mistake it for love, you know, you think I really, really feel strongly about this thing, and guess what? It's just like short lived, you know, it's not a long term thing. Infatuation. Then we have limerence. So limerence is a state of intense infatuation or obsession with someone else, characterized by intrusive thoughts, a desire for reciprocation, and idealization of other individuals. So I feel like between infatuation and limerence, like limerence is the one that is usually mistaken the most for love by people. People tend to, you know, experience strong feeling of like obsession, like idealization, like you've literally built an image of someone in your head, even when like you are relating with a person based on the image of them you have in your head. Like you in your head, you think this person is kind, lovely, amazing. Meanwhile, the person's behavior and action is telling you every single day that I'm not. But in your head, the person is. And suddenly you're surprised and shocked when the person does something that really hurts you. You're like, how can they do that to me? How can you do that to me? Oh my god, after the amount of love, after the amount of love I showed her, after the amount of love I showed him, after the amount of love I showed them, how could they do that to me? Oh my god, that's break. Because you were seeing them for something they were not. So another thing that we're going to follow, I guess, a little bit of script series to explain the different types of love, and we're going to do that like through a Greek lens and modern day lens, right? So the Greek had a way, the ways they classified love, and modern day people classify love a little bit, you know, similarly, but also like, well, I'm trying to say everything complements each other. English will not kill me. Jesus, we've not done the 1 minute silence. We've not done the 1 minute silence. So 1 minute silence for today's for the words that are going to be butchered. 1 minute silence for the words that are going to be butchered in today's video. I said silence, but all those noisy trucks. Like since when the trucks pass this place so much? Like, guys, your trucks make lots of noise. You're disturbing me, disturbing my video, disturbing everything. Anyways, so let's get right into it. We have agape, love, philia, eros, storge, and this is like the Greek classification. So I'm going to explain one by one. So agape is like unconditional or like a selfless love, and that's actually, and I know that many people have different beliefs about agape love, but I honestly do not believe agape love exists. I'm not even going to lie. Like I genuinely do not believe it. And yes, you can say that I was not loved or whatever. Say whatever you want to say, but I really do not believe that there is anything like unconditional love. Uh-huh. That's not a society to believe in. Like love comes with condition. I mean, it shouldn't. Ideally, love should not be conditioned, but Love comes with condition. Like there is almost every condition for like love, and I know that it's honestly something I find sad about world because, and I get that some people would say like religious love is unconditional. It's not. There's a condition. If you don't follow the rules, you know what happens. That's a condition. As long as there's a but to something, it's conditional. And yes, conditional love is not great, it's not amazing, but like it's not always bad. Sometimes like it's not the worst thing to happen to you. So yeah, I really do not believe agape love exists. Do with that information what you want to do with it. Then we have philia, which is affectionate or platonic love, which is one of the sweetest love ever. The love you have for like your friends, the love you have for like people like your acquaintance, people that you've grown like a personal bond with. The love that stems from bonding with people, getting to know people, sharing experiences. That kind of love, feel like sweet. I actually like that kind of love. Then we have eros, romantic or passionate love. The love that is the one everybody is seeking or many people are seeking. Honestly, the most complicated kind of love if we have been honest because it's so complicated. I know it's supposed to be so simple, but it's literally so complicated in practice. Like eros is the love many people aspire for. Like, I mean, there are essential people that, or aromatic people, no, not essential people in this scenario, aromatic people that do not actually experience like romantic love to different degrees because we all know like it's a spectrum, right? If you don't know that, use the search engines, as I always say. So, anyways, so excluding them and maybe some other people on the A spectrum, like many people outside the A spectrum, right? Want to experience romantic love. It's something they aspire for. And I guess like through media puts it in our head. Everybody puts it in our head. You hear stories of romantic love going on to the extent that sometimes when you are in stages of your life where you don't feel or experience romantic love, you feel like a failure. Like it's insane, really. And it should not be that deep, honestly. Like love is not a do or die affair, but I get it. I get it. Like I get craving love. I get wanting love. Everybody craves love. And even me, as much as I form ad girl, to some extent, I do crave certain love, like what's it gonna be like loving somebody, having them love you. But let's go on. We're not talking about my love life today, are we? No. The love life is even non existent anyway, so anyways, let's go on. We have storge, which is familiar love. That is like the love between you and your family members, or and I don't know if it's extended to like chosen family. But me, I'm going to extend it to chosen family. The love you have between your siblings, your family, your dad, your mom, your uncle, your sister, like the love you feel towards them. That storge. I'm not pronouncing those Greek words correctly because I'm a Yoruba girl. I did not learn Greek. I be Greek. I did not learn Greek, so I cannot be Greeking or be speaking Greek with Greek. So keep that in mind. Anyways, then we have modern classification of love. So with that we have what did I write? Guys, what did I write? Ludus or Ludos. I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it here. Ludus. Ludus. I don't know. So it means like playful love, like it's characterized by like flirting, enjoying like the early stage of relationship. So like now we're actually talking about like the modern classification of love. I mean the Greek classification of love still applies, but like they've just added a bit more, to it, like to the classifications. So um Ludus or Ludus are being playful love, sure. It's kind of like what we see in your situationships, when you guys are still getting to know each other, or like the early stage of love when you feel like this person is your hair, you cannot breathe without them. Because guys, I'm a bit of a romantic, a little bit actually, because as you know, I don't have joy, so every single thing is serious when it comes to me. Like I don't. There's no joking. It's serious when it comes to me. I take it seriously. It's because I don't have joy. Like I'm not that much of a romantic, but I'm also a little bit of it. Just a tiny bit. I mean, I did grow up watching Disney movies, so do with that information what I want you to do with it. Let's go on. Then we have pragma. Pragma? Pragma. Pragma. Enduring practical love, basically. It's a love built on long-term commitment and shared long-term goals. Hey, what are we going to say about that kind of love, pragma? It's giving long-suffering girlfriend, long-suffering wife. I don't know if that's what it actually really means, but the way it's talking about like long-term commitment or whatever, it's giving like the kind of love that happens or should happen in marriages. You know, when you guys have like a committed goals together and you're like striving for that like a committed goal, like love between like a husband and wife. Because I know people like to believe or pretend like marriage is all about romance. Well, when the love coinks, you're gonna know that things are not as easy as it is. Because I feel like even when you really do love, if you've ever been in like a long term relationship with someone, you know that the love is not always present. Sometimes you cannot find the love. Like sometimes you love the person, you know you love this person, you know that you care about them, and you know that you value them. But sometimes you find it hard to find the love. Like you're like, what is this love? Because at the moment I cannot see it, I cannot find it. So I guess pragma. Then we have philotia, philatia, phi- philosia. Gosh, I don't know how to speak Greek. And that's self-love. The best kind of love. Among all the love that we're talking about today, among all the different loves, because I'm a K-pop fan, so Philatia is like the best to me because self love is the best. Like self love is the best kind of love. Like I don't care what anybody says in this world. Love yourself. Like I'm not talking about superficial love for yourself. Know yourself. Recognize the evil you're capable of. Recognize the good you're capable of. Recognize the kindness, the amazing things you can do. Recognize the failure in some of your life and still love you. Love you for all of it because I promise you, and I can tell you confidently, nobody in this world is going to love you, will ever show you the kind of love that you can show yourself. I swear. You go, oh, I'm a great lover. If you're loved by me, you're going to be stunned. Yes, if you are that capable of loving, if you have that much love in you, show it to yourself. Love yourself. I swear, like guys, love yourself. You need to love yourself. I love me so much that you guys can probably tell, anyways, that I have so much self love. Like, love yourself, guys. And yes, like, it's sometimes you also struggle to find, things to love in yourself. You struggle with a bit of self worth and all these things. But even in all of that, strive to love yourself. Because I'm telling you, nobody can love you more than you love yourself. Nobody can do nobody can do what you do for yourself for you. I'm telling you. Yes, people can assist you financially, they can assist you, um they can try to guide you emotionally and all of those things, but they cannot do it for you the way you do it for yourself. Telling you, like, waking up every day, channel what's it called, convincing yourself, hyping yourself up to get up, start your day, do these things, like do something with your day, or don't do something with your day, rest, like just getting yourself to do things, convincing yourself, oh, I deserve to do this thing, I deserve to enjoy this thing, I deserve to want this thing. It's part of self-love, guys. It's part of self-love. Love yourself. Love yourself so that when somebody disappoints you, you will not think you are not worthy of love. You are worthy of love. And if only you will show yourself that love, you will realize that you're worthy of love. Love yourself. What a song. Oh, baby, you should go and love yourself. Whew. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. And I know that that particular song is it's like about the lover being selfish, but Omo, be selfish, love yourself. If you don't get any message from me, get that message constantly. I think you know my video, I keep telling you guys, like, be selfish with yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Let's go on. So we have mania. This love is maniac, maniac, maniac. Sorry, guys. I think because I'm becoming more comfortable with the camera, like you all see my personality in full 4K, in 4K, 4K magic in the air. Is that what Bruno Mars sang? I don't know. Anyway, so we have maniac, maniac. I don't think because I'm making fun. Anyways, so maniac is obsessive love. Obsessive love. Obsession. I want you, I want you, want you, I want you, I want you. Hope I'm not going to get YouTube content ID like oh. Anyways, mania, obsessive love. So it is characterized by emotions like strong emotions of like jealousy, possessiveness, things that people think are supposed to be signs of love but are not. That's not love. That's not sign of love. Someone being obsessive and possessive over you is not romantic. It's dangerous. Dangerous. La 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 la. I don't know how to say that thing. So dangerous. It is dangerous. Dangerous. Someone being obsessive over you. Over very risky. Over very dangerous. Over very runaway. Over very Jackie SM about Ori Sorry. I don't know if you know what I mean. I'm not going to. Okay, I'll try to, interpret that. I just said it's should be so deep that when you're running, your legs should be touching the back of your head. That's how quick you should be running. Like if I don't run, flee from obsessive love. So let's get right into everything that we have to be discussing today. So honestly, right, quick, quick breakdown from our flow. Quick breakdown from our flow. I know that I've been flowing like water with love, with energy, but just can break down. Yeah, no. Let us take a pause, a break, a break on our discussion. So I've because I've been talking about some serious topics, and I know that I've actually been doing like lots of deep dives and just talking about different topics together, and also like with the fact that I've been going through like a lot of things, like my own personal daily life. I have other things I'm working on. Like my YouTube is not the only thing I do, guys. Like I have other things I do, So um, because of that, like I've been experiencing like create creative block. It's crazy because I've actually not done like I actually have like content planned, like I have like topics planned that oh I want to talk about and love these things, but I just cannot find that passion to set up the camera to actually talk about those topics or to make research on those topics. And yeah, it's been exhausting, And even sometimes, like even though I know that I have topics I want to talk about, because I have to be, I haven't promised you guys, I have scripts already made for topics like media manipulation, like script for topics like male centeredness, script on certain topics, like that. I don't know, I just feel so tired to do. Like I just don't want to talk about them at the moment, even though I know that I already planned to talk about them. I've written the script, I've done the research, but it's like so it's like I've just been having this block, and also I've just been not wanting to talk about things, not wanting to really do much. Like when it comes to YouTube content creation, because I have other things that I said that I'm doing. Like you guys don't know these, but I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. In the future, because I know that someone might watch the video. I don't want them to know these certain things. I don't want to say it because, anyways. So there are things I do basically, right? And those other things still require like creative output because I mean creative through and through. Like everything I do in my daily life requires some form of creativity from me in specific, and that's like my brain being split in you know, multiple directions, doing different things. So yeah, that's been hard to walk through. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Oh, and that's kind of why, like, I don't know, this video might even be a bit late. Though I think it won't be late. Like, I think I should edit it today and Like, no, I cannot edit it because I have nothing else to do. Like, maybe edit it tomorrow and get it out by like Thursday, Friday. I really don't know. But it might be later than that because I might just lose the steam to edit. But yeah, let's get rid of this bad mood, this lower mood. Up, energy, up. Guys, energy, up, energy, up, up. We're back with up energy. So let's get right into it. So we're going to be discussing different things about love. And while truly there's no script, I still decided that because I know I yap a lot and you guys know I keep going up in tangents, like I just talk about something and I'm somewhere else. Like I'm talking about A, suddenly I'm in Z. Like so I decided to create like a structure to, go through things little by little without jumping around so much. I'll try not to fly off tangents, guys. Like you guys cannot tell, like I'm a bit spicy, like you should probably be able to tell though, like anyways, let's talk about. So we've spoken about what love is, and so now I want to talk about where we learn love. Where do we learn about love? We learn about love through like family, childhood, movies, religion, heartbreak, and in so many aspects. And I feel like as Nigerians, as Africans, the kind of love that is usually taught to us by family is not exactly the kind of love we want. And I'm going to explain. Like, you guys know I don't just say things and just leave you without explaining. What I mean by not the kind of love we want, right? So let's get into it. Family love, or the way love is taught by family in Nigeria, it's kind of like you love your parents no matter what they do to you, like no matter how much hurt they cause you, no matter how much trauma they put you through, you must love them. Like you must love them. And I think that's forced because when you actually think about it logically, like it's really difficult for children not to love their parents because it's just kind of how it flows, When you have parents, you love them, even if not like love, strong love, you have a bit of affection for them. Even when they put you through that and they do you dirty, you still have a bit of affection for them. And that's to be expected, like they're your parents, But the way it's taught is that, no matter what they do to you, you must always love them. You cannot talk back, you cannot express like disappointment, you cannot express fear, you cannot express. I mean, they actually want you to fear them. Let's not, let's keep that stack. They want you to fear them. Like African parents have this way of twisting love into fear or twisting fear into love. Like they want you to fear them, but then they make that fear love. I don't know. Like they are literally your first set of gaslighters. The first people are going to gaslight you in this world are your African parents. I promise you. Like they are going to manipulate fear to look like love to you. So when you are experiencing fear, when you're experiencing those patterns in your future partners, you are going to think you're in love. But like I know. Anyways, so they have this way of making love feel like a chore, like something you have to work for. There is no unconditional love in African homes. Like your parents don't love you unconditionally. Is that a stone? Ouch! Did someone just stone me from somewhere? Jesus. Uh-uh. Why? Like guys, I know you guys don't like hearing the truth, but let's talk. Let's talk. Honestly, there is no unconditional love in African homes. The love is conditional. As I said, condition when there is a but to something, when there is requirements you have to meet to get love. That's conditional. When unless you are doing well in school, you are following their every rule. The moment you step out of line, that love is gone. Like whatever love you think they have for you is gone. Because unless you are following the pattern that they laid out for you, like unless you are treading the paths that they lay for you, like whatever path they make, unless you're following through that path, like there's no love. Like the love is until you step out of line. Yes, they would show you love, they'll show you care, they'll show you affection in their ways, because parents do show love in different ways. You know, they'll show you their love, care, affection until you step out of line, until you do what they consider to be stepping out of line. You know, until you say something, you do something they don't agree with, or you choose a lifestyle they do not agree with. That's when you realize that the love, you get comma, as they say in pidgin. The love, you get pause, you get comma. It's not just love. And I guess that can honestly be sad and worrying for, like, let's say, for people, even for myself, because you're trying to, navigate life, you're experiencing different things, you have your own, like, thoughts, your own opinions, the way you view life. And then it's really scary just thinking and realizing that if you step out of line, if you choose a lifestyle that your parents don't agree with, like, automatically their love gets retracted from you. You don't experience that love anymore. That love, it's really sad to think about. Just you guys let me know in the comment section, like, what do you actually think about that? Like the kind of love that your family teaches to you. Like, do you, like, in your own side, do you have like great experiences with like learning love with your family? Like, did they teach you that love is, like, did they teach you love is unconditional, and do you feel that their love towards you is unconditional, or do you feel like their love is conditional and they've actually taught you that it's conditional, or did not even teach you about love at all? Like, they didn't show you love at all, or you don't think they showed you any love at all? Just let me know. And also, it would be nice for you to like include like where you're from, what point of view you're talking about that from, like, oh, like, and as an African, or maybe like as whatever. I mean, it's not necessary in case you don't want to talk about whatever your background is, but it would be nice, because I would really love to see your comments and also have like an idea of, oh, this is where it builds this person's perspective. And also, another thing that familiar love or family teaches you about love, or African family teaches you about love, is long suffering. That you should stay and suffer through anything that your partner is putting you through, or even them are putting you through, without retaliation, without talking back, without doing anything. Like, just stay there and suffer. That's how you're going to prove your love the strongest. Or that even betrayal or letting down, like, when the amount of stories you've had of uncles, or family members that, after you've done so, after your parent did so much for them, they didn't reciprocate, but you're still told, uncle any now, auntie any now, like, they're still family, you must love them no matter what they do to you. So, like, it's honestly, you can already tell I'm a big fan of that kind of love. Like, yes, love people, but not without. Honestly, I actually generally do not believe in loving. Like, when you love somebody, carry your brain along with you. Like, love, but carry your brain. Don't just love from the heart alone. Let your brain also go. Don't put all the stress on your heart alone. Like, it's already doing so much work. Anyways, then we have like childhood. We already talked about a bit of childhood with like family too. Another thing about childhood is, okay, I have a video that talks about how your children can ruin your child's future. You guys should check that out. Like, it's introspective to what we're talking about today. I mean, it's this particular spot of what we're talking about. So when we talk about like childhood, like, if you were taught to associate love with correction, I'm not talking about correction, because I mean, if you do something wrong, you're supposed to be corrected. It's just normal. But like, if you were taught to associate love with abuse, with severe punishment, like, you think somebody, scolding you really harshly, and by scolding you really harshly, I mean scolding you in a way that actually traumatizes you or leaves permanent scars on you, either on you physically or on your heart, like, or on your, like, on your psyche. You're taught to see that as love instead of what it is, abuse. Like, if you grew up in such environment, it's really going to be hard for you to enjoy your adulthood in love because um, you will suffer, you will suffer because you would tend to classify or see things that should normally be seen as abuse. You would tend to think it is love. So, and it takes a lot to like walk through it. Like I swear, it's going to take a lot of therapy, a lot of personal reflection, a lot of just a lot of work to actually walk through that. And even sometimes, even when you're putting in the work, you feel like you're not seeing the results. I'm telling you, like so we also have movies. Movies have different ways of portraying love, right? I used to be really big on romance comedy. I mean, in my peak middle era, I didn't used to want to watch romance movies because, as you know, not like other girls. Why would I love romance movies? Yeah, but then I used to really like action movies because that's how you show you're macho. Like that's what you show, you're strength, you know. But romance, I actually do love romance comedy. Like when after I was able to learn more about myself, I'm like, girl, you actually do love romance comedy. I mean, I don't like them. Like I actually do not really watch that much romance comedy. If you ask me about different romance classics, I probably do not know. I mean, I do know classics like Titanic and all of the sweet love, but like I don't really know a lot of romance comedies like that. But I do enjoy romance comedies. Like I do think they're fun. And there's a lot of cliche in them, and there's a lot of romance movies that actually are abusive, and they turn it into love. Like they make it seem like love, even though in hindsight it's not romantic. Like things like your like okay, like K dramas now. I'm a very big K drama fan, and I've been watching K drama since like 2009. Like I'm talking early, like stairways to heaven kind of K dramas. The ones that were made like 2004, like those kind of K dramas I stay with, like so in some K dramas, right, you'd see like the partner stalking the love interest, and they paint that out to be love or something romantic, something you swoon at. Stalking is not love. Somebody Oh, one of the biggest ones is Twilight. Yes, Twilight. Twilight is a horror movie. It's not romantic. It's horror. Like it's horror. The time when Edward snuck into Bella's house, like at the middle of the night, to watch her sleep. Guys, that's horrific. That's not love. Like that is horrific. He could have either. He could have done anything horrible to her. That's not romantic. You should not watch that and think, oh, I want that to be me. You should watch that and think, if that ever happens to me, I'm calling the cops. That's what you should think. That's what you should fucking think. Can we curse? Whatever. That's what you should think. Like that is what you should think. You should run. Like run when I can. And also when he was following her everywhere, like driving behind her, brooding behind her, like that's not romantic. That's scary. It's scary. Or when they do things like ostracize everybody around you just to make you depend on them more, guys, that's bullying. That is manipulation. That's not love. That's not love. Or in Nollywood movies where the where let me think what trope do they do in Nollywood movies that they say is love but it isn't love. I honestly cannot think of one off the top of my head right now because it's been a while since I actually watched Nollywood movies. I'm not gonna lie. Like I tend to avoid them because I mean not really avoid. I do enjoy some Nollywood movies, but sometimes I just don't really enjoy watching them because I know that they're about to eat you with some nonsense, like some nonsense tropes. So it upsets me deeply. Like watching things like there's this particular this ones where they do where the girl comes from the village, and after the girl comes from the village, she enters the city. You know, I don't even know what I'm explaining, but you guys just know how those trope works, right? I think you've ever seen another movie. Anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to say that I have beef with Nollywood movies, full time beef with them because they do repeat scripts a lot. Like they repeat same storylines a lot. You don't really get a lot of fresh things from them. And even with that, like they have ways of demonizing African things, and like your hair, you know, you when you're in the village, you have natural hair, or back untidy looking hair. When you go to the city, then you're in your bust down. Like that's the sign of glow up. You know, a African home is eating pancake, waffles, and French toast for breakfast. Guys, what happened to akara? What happened to bread? What happened to rice? Like what happened to cereals? Like to cornflakes? How many African homes actually eat French toast for breakfast? How many of you have even eaten French toast? Anyways, or I mean, pancakes are like pretty common, but like, have you like just seen certain things that these guys are trying to like propagate? Because to me, it's propaganda. I swear, like they're trying to push, they're trying to so hard to push this whiteness upon you. Like those kind of things are the things that ache me and annoy me. That's why I don't really watch them. So I cannot really like talk about how, and also they also have ways of making toxic love look like oh, harassment. Good. One thing they do is try to make harassment look like love, like something like somebody commenting on your body when like at a workplace, your boss being like, oh, making slight comments at your body and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to see it as romantic, not offensive. Like that's sexual harassment. Why is your boss talking about your body at work? You see, those are the reasons why me I cannot enjoy it, because many people they don't see it as a bad thing. Me, I see it as sexual harassment, so I cannot find that funny or interesting. Or getting unnecessary catcalled, and you are supposed to appreciate being catcalled. Anyways, or what other things that do they even do? Like, there's so many things that they do, or like movies where like the the girl is probably living a lifestyle that the guy does not see, because in Nollywood movies it's mostly heterosexual. Like is there's almost no queer media, so they I mean people are starting to like build some nice queer medias, and you guys should actually check some of them out. Like there are some on YouTube and they're really really fucking good, so check some of them out. But like apart most of Nollywood is heterosexual media basically. So in those media we have things like when the girl is like maybe living a so-called promiscuous lifestyle, meanwhile she's actually not doing anything promiscuous. All she's doing is what, maybe dressing up the way she wants to, and maybe going to a club, things that guys do that are not considered promiscuous, but when it's a girl, scandalous, clutching your pearls. Anyways, all those kind of things, right? And then the guy is kind of like harassing her to, oh, dress better, oh, stop going to clubs, oh, whatever, whatever. And that's supposed to be seen as care, love. You want her to change. What? That's not love. That's not love. That's conditioning. That's breaking somebody to fit into your own perfect mold of what you want them to be. That's not love. But anyways, that's kind of how me I see media portraying love. I really find it difficult to enjoy romantic comedy these days, because I can be very critical of things. You guys can tell, like very critical. Like that's what I always say. Like it's very hard for you guys to find a video of me that is all positive. Like I'm always going to say something negative about something. I know. I'm not a negative person though, or at least am I? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I find love, I'll be positive. You know, love is going to wash me clean and make me positive. I don't know, honestly. But let's move on. So we have also other things like religion and heartbreak too, like how they shape love. I mean, when it comes to how religion shape love, I might not agree with a lot of religious teachings on love, but one of the ones I really, what I say, like, is like the First Corinthians 13, the whole chapter talks about what love is. I actually do find that kind. I find it sweet. Like love is compassionate, love is whatever. Like I really find that's really nice to talk about, or to just like the idea of that. I think it's really nice. Though in actual practice, we know people don't put that into practice, but just reading the text about it, I see it as like a poetry. Like I think it's really nice to to read and see. So then we have things like heartbreak too. A lot of people experience heartbreak and they automatically see love as villainous. It changes their perspective of love from something sweet to something evil, something like they have to, weaponize instead of live. And I guess they are valid in their way of seeing love, but I don't think like that's all you should see love as. So another thing we're going to talk about is also how like culture affects love, because with different cultures, like Nigeria now that has like over like 200 tribes, and there's different cultures, and the different cultures also express love or experience love in different ways. Like the Yoruba, now I'm a Yoruba girl, they have a way of mixing respect and love together. Like they feel like you cannot love someone if you don't respect them. And honestly, valid, valid. But my qualms with that is the things they see as respect is mm, not, it's performative respect basically. I'll put it that way. It's performative respect because ikunle koniwa, like kneeling down is not behavior. You can kneel down for somebody. You can call them auntie. You can call them all the respectful words you're supposed to use. You can use F for them and not O. You can do all of these things and still, in the heart of your heart, you do not respect the person. So, like, to me, I just see it as performative respect. There's a lot of performative respect that goes on. There's a lot of you have to, like, I don't know, I cannot find a word for it basically. So there's just different way that cultures blend love or make love or be or like make how love is perceived in different cultures. And I already spoke about it actually. When I was talking about family, like we're talking about like family, I also integrated some part of the cultural love with it. I don't know. So let's move on. We also have oh, I think I should use this like express talk about like black queer love also. Like when we're talking about how love is seen in the society. So we all know that there's like different queer history, right? And I know that people like to pretend that queerness is un African, which or it's unnatural, which is that just your opinion or is that fact? Because I can tell you that's not fact. You know, queerness has been observed in multiple animals and even plants because some plants are asexual. And it has been seen in nature multiple times. But the only race that is homophobic the race has been like what's it called? Queerness has been seen in many parts of nature, but the only part of nature where it is seen as wrong is in humans. Humans are the only ones that demonize queerness or makes it look like a bad thing. Animals don't. I'm just saying. So the oil is unnatural. That's your opinion. It's not fact. And also the oil is un-African. Before colonization, before colonization, there were different parts of African cultures or different African group or cultures that had elements of queerness, like non-binary or whatever. Like I like to say like when it comes to like Yorubas, Yoruba is like, don't come and tell me that I'm pushing queer agenda because I'm not. I swear I'm not. But like Yoruba is pretty much a non-gendered language. Like most of Yoruba is gender binary. Like sorry, it's gender neutral. It's not binary. Like when you're when you're referring to people, like there is almost like there's no pronoun. There's no he, she, they, whatever pronoun in. A is F for everybody. O is O for everybody. So wow, okay can be used for a guy and can be used for a girl. Like, are you okay? Can be used for a guy or a girl. Like, how would I put it? There is specific. They are like obviously they are gendered words. Like there are words like Arabirin, that's like a female. Arakunrin, that's like a boy, like referring to a boy. But generally, like Yoruba is a pretty non-binary language. Like it's not gendered. And that can actually give you a perspective on how like the early Yoruba people viewed gender. They didn't see it as this rigid thing that is like, they didn't see it as this rigid thing that nobody could break out of or whatever. Like, I mean, the early Yorubas. I'm not saying that there was no like gender performative or what men should do, what females should not do. Like there was no gender norms. I'm not saying that did not exist, but I'm just saying that some parts of at least the people that made up the culture did not think it was necessary to gender everything, to make everything like gender based. Just saying. And also in like cultures like the Igbo culture, we know like in history, like past queens or female kings that took wives, and even in some part of like Igbo culture till date, women in some tribes, women and women are allowed to get married to each other. So like, what do you mean by it's an African? Is that not in Africa? Like, it's just it's colonialism that has brainwashed you. It's, how will I put it? It's propaganda that have brainwashed you, that is making you think those things are not, are not real, they're not true or whatever. And yes, I know, like, if you think I'm saying things that you don't like, feel free to leave. Mo Okodi Amo Bibi. I did not, you know, I did not stamp your butt to sit down and listen to everything I have to say. If you don't agree with anything I'm saying, feel free to leave. You're allowed to. Also, like, there is, will I say, in like Black Queer Love, it's there is a different like perspective to it entirely, because um the way we see love, the way love is perceived, is based on the experience and the things that each queer person has gone through, which for some people it was smooth and for some people it was hell. Like, so I'm not really going to talk about that much into the video, but if you guys want me to do like a deep dive into like Black queer love or Black queer history, or just yapping about queerness as a Black person, like, let me know. I'm going to do like a deep dive into that. So then we have strengths of love. So there are different strengths to love, right? We have like empathy, connection, growth, healing. Like, love, there are different elements and aspects of love. There are different um things that love can teach you, like compassion, like like different things basically. So there are times in life where there was a time recently. I think I said this in my parent appreciation video, right? Where I was going through like a really difficult time, like a difficult hard time, and it was so bad. I was like, it was so bad. I mean, like, because I know someone is going to watch this video, and I don't want them to know a lot of things. So that's why I'm just like censoring myself, which I actually hate. Like, I do not want to censor myself on my own platform, but alas, here we are. So I was going through a really hard time, and I would like to go to like a deeper dive into that, but I can't because I don't want somebody to know something. So, anyways, and my siblings were literally like my pillar throughout that period. Like, I felt like my world was collapsing in front of me. Like, I felt like something I've been pouring so much effort into was just going to go into waste and was not going to yield any results for me. And it's made me spiral like a lot, because I'm someone that, as you guys can tell, like, I tend to be very negative about things. So it also affects me like in my own personal self. So like, because I tend to see like things a bit more pessimistically than positively. And I guess it does not also help that I view life through like a nihilistic sense. So I guess that actually also affects, So I was really going through like this really hard time, and my siblings were like supportive. Like, I just, what did I do? Call them, called sibling, my siblings, both of them, spoke to them, and honestly, they were able to help me so much. Like, just talking to them was able to calm me down, was able to help me to see reason, was able to just remove me from that like dark space that I was in. Like, you literally, like, when you're like in a dark tunnel and someone just turns on the flashlight, and you're like, wow, like, not everything is so dark. Like, there's actually lights around. So like my siblings were that for me, and they were able to do that with love. They were able to do that because one, I already feel love towards them. I love my siblings a lot, like a lot. So I already feel like certain kind of love towards them, and I also know that they feel certain love towards me. They were able to connect to me through compassion, through their compassion for me, through their empathy for me, through their sympathy for me, even. They were able to connect to me through the love they have for me, through the things that through the fact that they did not want to see me sad, they didn't want to see me unhappy, they didn't want me to be in that space where I did not see any good out of life. Like they just wanted me to be happy, you know. And I was able to see that these people genuinely wanted the best for me. They genuinely wanted my happiness. So that really helped me like a lot. And I cannot say it enough. I know I said it in that video, but guys, if you're watching this video, I absolutely love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything. You're the best. I would never trade you guys for anything. Love you. Love, love, love. Anyways, so you guys also share in the comment section like the times when you've been maybe like a relationship. It could be a relationship. You guys know that I'm not really that big on romantic partners, but it could be a romantic partner that did something for you so much that just made love like made you see like wow, love is good, love is amazing, love is powerful, love is everything. I cannot live in life without love. And I do agree that some kind of ways you cannot live your life without love, because as human beings we are social creatures, right? So love is necessary for us. And as you already know, there are different kinds of love. When I say love, I'm not only talking about romantic love. It could be family love. It could be love between you and your friends. Like that's what I mean when I say love. I'm not only talking about romantic love. Like ew. If you only think of romantic love when you hear the word love, ew. It could even be self love too. Like duh. So we're going to talk about okay. Also going to talk about like the weaknesses of love, like when love clouds judgment, like the toxicness of love and how people weaponize love. I already made like a bit of talks about that in like when I was talking about other things earlier, how love can be weaponized, how love can be I'm coming, I'm not talking about that, I'm going to talk about guys, you won't believe it, we've been yapping for almost 1 hour. Ow! I literally said I did not have anything to talk about, but somehow we've been talking for almost an hour. Wow. Editing this, my phone space is crying. My phone space is crying and begging me to stop. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna continue. My power, my power. Sorry, act like act classy. Very classless babe. Yo guys, like when I'm sad sometimes, I just go to TikTok, search for like Bobrisky, like Bobrisky's Bobrisky call or something like that. And every time I just hear some of the things you said, like it's just hilarious. Like it is hilarious to hear like some of the things Bobrisky say. You're like, good girl know the pill. Anyways, so what was I talking about? Like how love can be weaponized, right? So if there is a group of people that weaponize love the most, it's your family members. I know, it's sad. We shouldn't be, but it is. Why? Because sometimes they use love as a form of control. Like, oh, don't you see everything I've done for you? Don't you see everything I've given up for you? So you too, you should do what I say. Do you understand? Like, do what I say. I've given up so much for you. I've done so many things for you, but you're not gonna do things for me, you know? Like, that's what I said is that African parents' love is not unconditional. It has conditions. Like it's guys, it's conditional. Anyways, so there is that aspect too, as I said, of but also romantic partners too, right? them using the chance that you love them or you've shown them so much love, then they take advantage of that to control you, to um to put things into your head. So I would, as sad as this may be, I'm going to give like a personal experience I had with that, right? So there was this time, story, 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 story. I got a story, story. I got a story. This our story, story, story. Guys, do you listen to Square? Do you? Because I literally love their old album, like from Get Square to Double Temptation. Like I was a big P Square fan. I mean now because of the nonsense they keep doing, like not so much of a fan anymore. But I still listen to their old stuff a lot. Like get squared. Uh huh. Hey, like that P Square was hot. Oh, this not temptation. What am I talking about? Oh my god, guys, check out this particular P Square song. Omogemi. I love that song so much because I find it so hilarious. Like, because one, like Peace Corps are like Igbo, so their Yoruba is can be pretty funny. Then, I mean, when they first started, I don't know about now. I think they should speak better Yoruba now. But then their Yoruba sounded a bit funny, right? Because they're not Yoruba, so the accent was a bit funny. And then they went like, "Omogemi, Atipademi, Otishemi Kotioda, wait till you go to your best friend. This not Pademi, me." First, that song is about finding out that your girlfriend and your paddy, like your bestie, they are boinking. Like, and oh my gosh, how did that happen? That's not what the song is about. So I find it really hilarious. Guys, check it out. Anyways, but how do you even see how I talk about me going off in tangents? Because how do we get here? I was talking about toxic romantic love, and then we are here. So I was gonna tell you guys, talk about me and deflection. Eh? So basically, I had this relationship with this person one time, one time ago, and if I'm not gonna lie, this person, because I really trusted this person, I mean, like, you don't actually date people you don't trust, like I mean, unless they put a pew to your head. So, anyways, like, I trusted this person, and because of that, we had this romantic relationship, or a relationship. Well, I'm not going to give you guys the details I need to, but it's been years ago actually. Like, it's not recent. It's not, because I'm. I like to think I'm smarter now. I've got brain now. I've got senses now. This comment today, I don't know. I in the past sure, but this current one, you gonna play with me. I'm gonna play with you. I'm gonna play with you. I'm gonna play your face. What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyway, so practically, this person took advantage of the trust and the related affection and found a way to weaponize it by trying to like control me, you know like in subtle ways, like subtle ways, and also took like their chance to um plant some self image what like in me, like to make me see myself a little less, basically. This person, I don't know how this person did it, because you guys can tell like I'm over brimming with self-love, but this person somehow managed to start making me doubt myself, start making me like think like am I am I all that, am I all that? And I can tell you guys, I'm all that. I am that and more, 100% and more. Eh? Hmm. Your ancestors, your everything are gonna agree. Wait, this babe, this girl, she's hot. She is hot. She is amazing. She is everything you want and more, and what you cannot get. Because guess what? She's above your league. Oh, sorry. Anyways, so somehow, this person take advantage of love, or take advantage of trust, or they are trying not to manipulate. But I guess because my self worth and my self love it is strong. So at the end of the day, Sha, one day I was able to break out of it. That's why I always say love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, well, they will manipulate you and take advantage of the love that you don't have for yourself, and they will say that they love you and they will use you and throw you away. So love yourself. So that when that even that happened to you, if that somehow happens to you one day, you will at least be able to get out of it because you love yourself. Nobody, no sibling, no friend sat me down to be telling me that, this person is bad for you. I knew by myself that, okay, okay. One day I just knew, like, okay, but that book way, this situation is not something I should be in. And yes, one of my friends also did, catapult my brain, throw slippers on my head. They didn't do that because we don't do violence here. None of my friends are violent, at least with me. If they are violent with each other, I don't know. But with me, my friends are not violent. So I can say that I've not seen any of my friends exhibit violent behaviors because I don't do that. I don't do that. Are you a boxer? Are you a karate kid? No. If not, you shouldn't be violent. So because of that, like my friend just, she was like, "Girl, you know, this the way this person is talking to you, like you wouldn't take it from anybody else if someone else talks to you that way. The way this person is making you doubt yourself, like you wouldn't do that if this person did not, say these things and some other things. Because I'm not going to tell you guys the old details. Like, come on, you're going to get the gist in doses, not in full. Come on, how are you going to come back and be watching if I tell you the gist now? Come on. So anyway, Sha, because of that, I was able to like awaken my sense. Okay, TJ, self love, and from that, I was like, Jackie Chan away from you. I did not I did not beat the person. I mean, I've not even seen the person physically in like years. So how would I have done that? But like I was able to like, okay, talk like adults. Like, hey yo, what's up? Like this thing that is happening, this is how I feel about shit. This is how I think about things. And I've just come to realize that you don't go for me and I cannot continue like this. So this is the end of our story. Because I know I cannot sing. Just bear with me. Anyway, sure. But it's not uncommon. I mean, in our last video of Our Marriage is a Scam, we spoke about how romantic partners are one of the like have like the one of the biggest chances to like assault you and be, violent towards you, or even you, and make you kick the bucket. But and I feel like love plays an element into that. And in my video about that like Reddit series too, we had a lot of stories about how people were in dangerous situations, but they did not want to leave because they love this person, or because they think this person loves them, or because they think that they are not going to find, anyone else if they leave this person, or just other things, like there are so many reasons why somebody would want to stay with a partner. And I know that I can be very judgy or come off as judgy. I really am not as judgy as you guys think I am. I honestly do not fault someone because I know that the things of the arts, the matter of the arts, that they do not work with logic a lot of times. Though I think I'm a very logical person and I do tend to see things very logically. Like I know it's not the same for everybody. And I'm not saying that as an insult, like please no. I'm just very pessimistic. So when I'm interacting with people or things, like I think worst case scenario immediately. And it doesn't also help that I have an avoidant attachment style. Yo, guys, I just exposed myself. I just exposed myself. Oh, so I guess because of that, like I can be very critical to things. So that's kind of, but generally, people do take advantage of love that people have for them and use it as a form of control, to control them, to obsess over them, to make life hell for them. So I think we should honestly be careful. Like guys, let's be careful when you are seeing like signs in someone of things that you necessarily cannot, cope with, please don't pretend, don't believe you can change somebody. You cannot change somebody. You are not a mechanic. You are not a mechanic. You cannot fix somebody. You're not a carpenter. You cannot fix somebody. You're not a seamstress. You cannot mend somebody. If someone is showing you who they are, believe them. If someone is telling you I'm toxic, believe them. If someone is telling you I am not good for you, they are not good for you. They've told you, believe them. Don't pretend like, oh my god, I did not know that they were evil. They told you, you were just not hearing. Whatever sugar candy is in your ears, remove it. Whatever rose colored lenses are over your eyes, break them. Believe people when they tell you who they are. I'm telling you, don't stop idealizing people. Stop seeing people for who you think they are, and um are not who they are. Like, that's one thing I had to learn. Like, add that people are who they say they are. They are not who you think they are. Don't have it at the back of your mind that someone's gonna change for you. Or no. Anyone that's gonna change for themselves. It's not you that they're going to change for. Honestly. Believe people when they tell you who they are. It's that simple. Don't act shocked when they later reveal who they are to you. And I know, yes, some people are just that very good at manipulating and gaslighting that you literally will not even know that. Like, they were just gonna wrap you up so much that you won't even realize that you're being love bombed at left, right, center. Like, you won't even realize that, okay, something toxic is going on here. But if you see the signs, run as soon as you see the sign. Don't wait until later on to run. Just saying. Also, let's talk about modern love versus old school love. So, is love today different than how it was or how it used to be in the past? Yes, it is. Do you guys agree? Like, what do you guys think to that? Like, do you think love is different from how it used to be in the past, or is the same, or and do you think it's better now or than how it used to be in the past? Like, what do you think? One reason why I think modern love is better than how it used to be in the olden days is because there's choice now. You have choice. In the olden days, there was no choice. Like, there was no choice. You loved somebody because your parents matchmade them for you, because your parents exchanged business with them and it benefited your family, because you were hungry and you needed to eat, you needed income. That's why you were in love in the olden days. Now, though, there's choice. You actually have choice to choose. Oh, I don't wanna, you know, I don't wanna know. But baby, kiss your girl. This is not the end. It's time to say goodbye until we make again. La 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 la. Here we come a day. La la la. Whatever. So, like, that's one of the reasons why I think modern day love is better than old love. And also, modern day love is more inclusive of different types of love, right? Like, in modern day love, like, we've got heterosexual love, we've got square love, we've got poly like love. While I'm not a fan of polygyny, and I am always going to speak about how I dislike and hate polygyny, especially polygyny under religion, like, you, I'm going to I'm going to say I actually do not see like poly relationships as evil or bad. No, like, I don't think it is. I think like this whole idea of love being only binary, like between two people, I think it's I think it's a bit bullshit. Like, just because that's how it is for you does not mean it has to be like that for everybody. Your opinions do not run out life works for everybody. I do think that poly love can exist and it can thrive. Like, as I said, I'm not a big fan of polygyny. I am actually not a fan of polygyny. Polygyny, I mean like one man and multiple wives, because that one is literally just a form of control, basically. Because yes, that one man can have multiple wives, but can the women do the same? Exactly, I thought so. Because of that, like, I'm not a big fan of that. But because it's just like only one person has the chance to do what they want, the rest are just there in this situation where they cannot do what they want. Though I know that with polygyny, like there is difference to it. Like it's not the same for everybody. Like I know that some people do enjoy it. Some people want to be in it. Some people like really like it, and also that some people hate it. I'm talking about from the perspective of people that actually hate it, like because I really do not fancy it honestly. But as I said, like I don't think poly love is not valid. I think it's very valid. So yeah, modern day love has been able to create, a space where people can actually love who they want, when they want to, and how they want to. It has created like this inclusive form of love, this love that it's out of choice, like it's not something that's forced on you or being shoved down on you. And that's something I really appreciate about modern day love. I also do think though that when it comes to like modern day, like yeah, as I said, everything that has a positive has a negative. Like there's gray, it's not all black and white. Yo, finding a partner now and is like harder than it used to be in the past. And I guess because now like you have a choice, that's why. So and that's not supposed to be a bad thing. And also the fact that people are so twisted nowadays, like people are twisted nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. Like you think you are building a life with someone, you love someone, only for them to eat you with something else, like, or the expectations that people have for love these days. As will I say, there's just a lot to it, in a way where I do think modern love is better, but I also acknowledge that there is a lot of things that makes it not perfect. Like the more dating culture that we have nowadays. Like it's so hard to be in a relationship nowadays. Like to find a partner is really difficult. To build a trusting love relationship with a partner is really, really difficult. To find someone that you can call your person confidently and the person can call you their person confidently is really, really difficult. Like so I think because of that, like modern day love can be difficult. But in my own opinion, I should think modern day love is better because of the inclusiveness and the choice element of it. What do you guys think about it though? Like, do you prefer olden day love to modern day love? Like, do you prefer old school love to modern school love? Like, what do you think? Like, as I said, like, I'm not expecting you guys to just echo everything I say. Like, you are human beings with a brain. You have your own like experiences. You have your own opinion, and you are allowed to share them. Like, as long as we are not rude, as long as we're not cussing out someone, calling someone an idiot or a baboon or someone that cannot think, as long as we're not doing such things, you're allowed to share your opinions. Guys, look at me gentle parenting you. Am I not sweet? Let's go on. So, we have, can you love without loving yourself? Ah, ah. Why am I acting like the answer is hard? No. Self love is the first form of love. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love anybody. I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot genuinely love somebody. You can be infatuated with someone, you can be in limerence for someone, but you cannot love someone like genuine love if you do not love yourself. Because how you cannot give what you don't have. That's just the simple answer to it. You cannot give what you don't have. If you don't have something, you cannot give it. If you don't have love for yourself, how are you going to love someone else? How are you going to show someone else love when even you don't love yourself? When you don't understand love, when you have no capacity for love for yourself, how are you going to give it to somebody else? Like, do you agree with me or you don't? Like, do you think that love, you can love someone without loving yourself? Me, I don't think it's possible, but what do you guys think about that? Like, so um I feel like you have to, I mean, with self-love, it's in stages too. Like the certain stages of self-love you can be in where you can love someone. But I feel like for you to have to reach like the potential of the love, for you to have like that healthy relationship with someone, I'm not talking about only romantic relationship here, I'm talking about friendship too. Guys, the only love is not only romantic, it's with friends, with the family, with self. So yeah, when I talk about like love, like self love, before you can love someone else. Like, this is the use of self love that you have to reach for you to be able to have a relationship with someone else. And to reach that certain level of self love, you have to heal. Like, there has to be a lot of healing involved. Because when there is no healing, how are you going to how are you going to avoid traumatizing someone else? How are you like how are you going to have the emotional intelligence to actually be with someone, to love someone, experience like to experience an healthy dynamics if you don't have like emotional intelligence? And emotional intelligence is something that you can have from relating with people, but also through healing. Like, the more you heal, the more you realize certain bad patterns that you have, and the more you put effort towards healing them, the more it helps you to relate with other people better. So yeah, I do believe you cannot love without loving yourself first. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm on BS, or do you think I'm real? So what else do we have? We also have like the painful side of love. So like heartbreak, rejection, loss, and yeah. So with that, one of the saddest part of love or loving someone is the fact that it might not be reciprocated, right? Like, it's insane to think, it is insane, genuinely insane of you to think that just because you love somebody, they will love you back in return. Or just because you love somebody, they also owe you love. Like, hello, sure, Badun, are you okay? Are you fine? Do you need help? Exactly. Just because you love somebody does not mean that they automatically also have to love you, or they automatically should love you also. That's not how it works. That's not how love works. Love is not like it's not something you force on people or expect out of people. Like, yes, you can expect respect from people, you can expect admiration from, I mean, even admiration is something that someone gives, not something you force on them, Like, love is should not be forced on someone. Like, persistence is not like persistence does not build love. Like, one of the things that vexes me the most about relating with Nigerian guys is the fact that they think if they are persistent, you are going to love them. That's You're a nuisance. You are a nuisance. Because why the hell are you messaging somebody 10 times a day, 20 times a day, when the person is not responding to you back? All in the name of persistence. Why are you asking somebody out continuously for 3, 4 years, all in the name of persistence, all in the name of love? Ha, you're a nuisance. That's what I'm gonna say. You're a nuisance. So, love, one sad part of love, as I said, is the fact that you can love someone, you can be willing to do everything for someone, and the person would not love you in return. And that's not a bad thing. Like, it's sad, but it's not a bad thing, because the person does not owe you love. No one owes you love, except your parent, of course, because they gave birth to you, so they must love you. Like, you gave birth to the child against the child's wish. The child did not beg you to be born. You must love the child. The only person that is obligated, compulsory, like compulsively to love someone is the parent. You must love your child. That's like non-negotiable. But apart from parents, like, you don't owe anybody love, and nobody owes you love except your parent, of course, as I said. So, and then we also have loss. So, another sad part of love, the unpainful part of love, is the fact that sometimes after you tied, after you've invested so much into someone, so much of your heart into someone, or so much of your time, your love, your heart into someone, you can lose the person. And by loss, you can lose the person to illness, you can lose the person to death, you can lose the person to someone else, you can lose the person to a cult, That's something people don't talk about. Losing someone that you love to a cult. Like the person literally becoming someone you don't recognize in real time. You can lose someone you love to red pill. Ah, oh my god, that one is even sad, man. Like, just think about it. Loving someone, you guys have invested so much, you guys have grown so much, you guys love each other so much, and suddenly this person starts spewing red pill bullshit. And then you literally cannot continue loving them because how? 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 How can you pull a 80 on me? How can you? How can you pull that on me? You know? So okay, let's on all honesty though, like you can literally lose someone you love to death, and that's like a final kind of loss, like it's really sad. I actually have a song that is coming that actually talks about loss. So yeah. Anyways, what else are we discussing about, like the painful part of love? Yo man. And sometimes also, loving someone does not mean that you have to stay and cope with all their BS and accept whatever they do to you. Like sometimes, like the best thing you can do for someone you love is to leave them. And I know that that can be very debatable, but in some context, not in all contexts, in some context, like the best thing you can do for someone you really love is to let them go, is to let them grow and go, and realizing that if they are with you, like they might not reach their full potential. And yes, you can choose to be selfish and try to tie them down and not let them go. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do for them is to just release them, like release their wings to fly and stop stifling or tying their wings up. You know, there's also that sad part. So what else do we have? Oh, and we also have like we only talk about love for like family and friends. We don't talk about love for pets and community. So, as someone that really, really loves animal, like if you guys cannot tell, I really, really love animals. Like, and to the extent that I genuinely like, I find it difficult to even say like there's this particular one two animal that I eat. Like, I really love a lot of animals, and I see the best in a lot of animals. Like, like snakes. I really love snakes so much. I think they're so cute and lovely. Like and they're just really fun and interesting to watch. Then with like big wild animals like lions, tigers, I do think they're also cute, and I find like their stories interesting because honestly, like I really love watching animals, like like actually domestic animals. So like we have dogs, cats. Like I really really love cats. They're so cute and they're so lovely. Like and they're so like I love how independent they can be. Like how they are their own person. They are not going to to act in a way that they're not going to pretend to be something they are not just to earn your love. Like cats are going to be cats. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them, they're gonna be cats. And I love that about them. Like I like that defiance about them. So yeah, I really love animals, and I feel like people tend to undervalue the love people have for their pets. When people experience like pet loss or something, people tend to be like, "Oh, it's not that serious. Why are you crying because your cat died? Why are you crying because your dog died? Like, or why are you crying because even your rat died? Like, guys, it's a bond. It's a bond that you built together with that animal. It's a bond that you and that animal have had together. It's memories that you guys have built together. That's something to value. That's something to love. That's something to cherish. Nothing to be shamed for. So yeah, let's see what else do I have left. Whew. So my final take on love. What do I think about love? Do I think it is? Do I believe in love? Ha! I believe in love, but I do not believe in love at first sight because I genuinely am not capable of loving someone I'm seeing for the first time. Because what I love about people mostly is their personality, their brain, what they have to say, what their perspective to life. I don't care how cute you look. If you are into red pill stuff, you are not lovable in my eyes. To me, at least. I mean, to your parents, yes, your parents will love you because they're your parents. But in my eyes, I do not see you as a friend or someone that can be a friend or a partner or anything. If you're not a feminist too, like if you don't believe in the rights of women, I cannot see you as something that can be loved. Yeah, I'll put it that way. Like for real. Like I, as a friend, even like as a friend, as a lover, like what are we going to be discussing? Like laughing myself. What do we want to be discussing? Like what do we want to experience together when our core values are already different? Practically, for me, if my values and your values are different, like extremely different, even mildly different, like I cannot love you. So that's it, you know. The only person I know that I can love when our values don't align are my family members because yeah, they're family. But apart from that, honestly, I can't. That's for me though. I know that's not for everybody. And I'm not saying that people that belong to those categories are not deserving of love. Please don't hear what I'm not saying. Me, I'm just saying personally, I could not love them. Yeah, I could see them as human beings. I'm obviously not going to be rude to someone just because I don't agree with their lifestyle or what they say or what they do. That's not how I am. I'm definitely going to like be respectful towards you, at least if you're deserving of respect, and I'm going to like see you as a human being because you're a human being. But to see you as someone I can build a relationship with, maybe like friendship, romantic, platonic, and civil, couple, it's not possible, man. It's not possible. So I do not believe in love at first sight because of that. Because like I actually genuinely care about the person that you are, what you say, how you think before I can even consider do I love you. I I don't fall in love like like that. I don't even think I fall in love. I don't know, guys, but I just know that I don't believe in love like that, you know. And yeah, what do I think about love too? I genuinely wish people could. I genuinely wish people could actually practice unconditional love, loving someone just for loving them. But eh, as you can tell, even me that I'm talking, even my own love comes with conditions. So yeah, sad that is no unconditional love in this life. But can we say so? What else? Um, do I think love is necessary, overrated, or divine? I think love can be divine, depending on how you define divine. I think love can serve as a connection with you and between you and somebody, past like the physical plane. I'm not really spiritual, but yeah, I just want to say. Then, do I think love is overrated? I think it is. Romantic love, that is. I think romantic love is overrated. Because people act like romantic love is the best thing that can happen to you in this world. Like if you do not get married, if you do not have a partner, you're not living life, or you're not seeing the fullness of life. And to that, I call BS. I call middle, like this. Too. That's what I call to it. Like, what do you mean by, you know, someone that cannot experience love until they marry or until they have a romantic partner? Mara, be careful. Like, honestly, there's more to life than romance. And I think people need to realize that romantic love is really not for everybody. And I'm not saying it in a way of whether you deserve it or you don't deserve it. Like, not everybody actually enjoys romantic love, and not everybody wants to experience it. And that's fine. Like, nothing is wrong with you for not wanting to experience it. It's fine. Not everybody is going to marry, not everybody's going to be a lover. It's fine. Choose you, like choose your life, and choose your life the way you want to live your life. You don't have to do what everybody is doing. The people that believe that you cannot understand true love until you have a child, That is what a evil person says. That is the word of a sociopath. Because you're telling me that you have family members, you've never loved any one of them. You've had pets, or maybe you've not had pets. You've been meeting people all your life, but you've not felt a iota of love towards anybody. But it's until you gave birth to a child, or until you fathered a child, that's when you're able to love a child. That's when you're able to experience true love. That is narcissism, because you're not. It's not even the child that you're loving. You're loving the part of you that you see in the child, not the child. That's fucking narcissism, because you cannot tell me that you anyone that says that to you, run from them. They are dangerous people. That's the word of a dangerous person. Anyways, so yeah, I think romantic love is overrated. And I also, is it necessary? Yeah, I think love is necessary. I think love is very necessary to, guys, what is all this noise? I think love is very necessary to enjoy life, as in, you know, the bond you have with your friends, the bond you have with your pets, the bond you have with yourself. Like, it's important, it's necessary to actually have your full experience of life. I think it's important. As I said, in everything I said, did I mention romantic? No, because romantic love is optional. It is optional. Like, you feel like acting like romantic love is the only kind of love that exists in this world. I promise you it's not. It's optional. You don't even have to experience it if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Do you know that? So what else do we have? So yeah, that's the end of today's video. And I'll be ending with saying, yeah, like, maybe love is a risk, but it is worth it. It is worth it. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Thank you guys for listening to me rant for an hour about love. I really appreciate you watching to this part of the video. If you watched till the end of this video, what can you say that will make me know that you watched to the end and make me appreciate you especially? Let's see. What can you say? Comment red. Comment red if you watch the end of the video. And I'm saying that because I'm looking at this. I'm purchasing something at the moment, right? Look at it. Is it pretty? It's supposed to be like a butterfly top, but I think I'm going to loosen it and start over again. But yeah, anyways, so guys, comment or comment like red butterfly. Like, yeah, that's actually, because if you comment only red, people in the comments can start copying you. So comment red butterfly if you're watching the video. So yeah, this is where we end. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'm going to try to get up our next video as soon as possible. I don't know like what count we are on. We do like 5 social commentary content, then 1 manual recommendation, then 5 social. I don't know how many social commentary I've done between our last manual recommendation. So I don't know if I should start preparing for a manual recommendation video soon. But anyways, like, just thank you for watching today's video. I appreciate. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As you know, like, you're allowed to comment multiple times. Your comment is only limited to one. Share your opinion. In fact, find me on Instagram. Send a DM if it's really that important to you. From Instagram, send a DM. People actually do that. Like, send me DMs on Instagram too. Tell me what they think. Like, my marriage is a scam video. I had someone come to my comment section to tell me like, how can you say that marriage is a scam? Like, to my DM actually. Like, why do you think marriage is a scam? Like, I do not agree with you when you said that. And I was like, this is the reason why me I said that. Like, what do you think about that? And the person was like, okay. I guess the person did not want to argue anymore. But like, as I said, like, I'm not going to dismiss you even if you don't agree with what I say. Like, you're welcome to come and tell me what you think, how you feel. Like, I'm going to try to talk to you when I think it's necessary. And if not, like, I'm definitely going to respond to you. That's what I'm just trying to say. So you're allowed to drop your comments in the comment section. You can send me a DM on Instagram. If you know me personally, maybe on WhatsApp, but really, yeah, you're free to actually. So yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end of today's video. Let me know what you guys would want me to talk about more. Do you guys like our content so far? Like, I want feedback. Do you enjoy what we'll be talking about? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you think you want to talk about something else? Mind you, I don't really talk about trending topics. I just talk about what I'm talking about at any time. But just let me know, like, do you enjoy? what we talk about. And yeah, so that's what we're ending. Bye.